Today I want you to start with an interactive notebook by creating part of an interactive notebook. We're going to use this as a process for vocabulary this year. It's a really great way to take notes and use your interactive notebook as a study tool. You are going to need several supplies. You're going to need this vocab template that looks just like this right here. You will need scissors, glue, markers, or colored pencils, and there should be bins scattered throughout the room with those supplies already in it. Please share. Please put materials away when you're done with them. Take care of them. Put caps back on. All that sort of thing. You'll also need a pencil or a pen. And then you'll need to turn to the vocab section of your ELA binder. Okay. So the next slide here tells you what you're going to need to do. All right. You can start by coloring your interactive notebook pieces for today. As you can see, there's prefixes or root words on here. All of these mean the same thing. They all have something to do with either opposite or against. So dis, anti, de, counter, contra. Those roots all mean opposite or against. And so, coloring it's not mandatory, but I think when we invest a little time and energy into something, we care about it a little bit more. So I would recommend taking a couple minutes to make it look nice. All right. So that's step number 1, color it. Step number 2 is to cut around all the edges of the template. And what I mean by that, if you can follow my cursor here in the video, you're just going to cut around these edges, right? And get rid of all that extra paper. Make sure it gets into the recycle bin, not left on the floor or the tabletops or the counter, etc. All right. Step number 3 is to cut the line between the prefixes. And what I mean by that is just from here to here and from here to here, going down, okay, here to here, so that each one of these can be moved individually, right? And then step number 4 is to glue the definition part into your notebook. So this little strip right here, that's the only thing you're going to put glue on. Put glue on the bottom of it and glue it into your notebook, just like it's in a notebook page here, okay? The reason you're only gluing this part in is so that you can use this and this and this and this and this, and you can lift these little tabs up and down. They should not be glued to your notebook paper, okay? And then from there, you have everything set up. What I would like for you to do with whatever time you have left is start thinking about each one of these roots. And I want you to think about how they relate to the meaning opposite or against. Then I want you to put some words underneath each tab that use those prefixes, all right? So you're going to actually write on your notebook paper underneath each tab. So for example, dis, you might want to put the word disinterested, okay? So if you lifted up this tab for dis underneath it in your notebook, you're going to write the word disinterested. And that just helps you to think of a word that relates to opposite or against that has that root in it. Obviously, the word disinterested means not interested, or it's the opposite of being interested. And so try to come up with 2 more words for dis, and then come up with 3 for each of these. And if you need to use the internet or something to help, that's fine. Just use a phone book. Don't use your phones, or you can talk to each other and help each other out, okay? Once you finish with all of that, if there's still time left, you can either help each other or read your book.